Hi, this is Lefty Dad, and today I'm going to be doing a replay from PC Replay Baseball with the new season that just came out yesterday, the 1986 season. And it'll be the very first game on the schedule, which was a day game between Cleveland and Baltimore. And I have the sound turned off because it doesn't work on these to have the normal game sound on, but the sound that comes with the game is phenomenal. In fact, there's a sound mod that is even better if you can find it. But the sound is really great. I always have it on and I never get tired of it. But anyway, we're going to, here are the players. This is April 7th, 1986. Ken Schramm is the starting pitcher for Cleveland, Mike Flanagan for Baltimore, and I think that I will coach Baltimore, so I just click this here, all AI, and the AI takes care of everything for Cleveland. So let's start the game, and there is Memorial Stadium, Baltimore. You see how beautiful the screen looks, and you can see the diamond here, and also, and the great thing about replay baseball is that you can go from season to season and everything fits the screen perfectly. There's no adjusting that you have to do, which can be extremely time consuming and really annoying with other game companies. But anyway, Mike Flanagan, he is rated to face 26 batters. So it's possible that he'll get to the end of the game, but more likely than not, there'll have to be somebody come in to relieve him. Brett Butler leads off, and I have the actual statistics for 1986 showing here rather than the in-game, in-season progress statistics, because it would all be zero. And Flanagan, he had a 4.24 ERA, so really not so hot. You can see here that Cleveland was 84, had 84 wins, and still came in 5th place in the East. So here we go. Brett Butler is up, and he walks. Now that brings up Joe Carter, who had 29 home runs and hit .302. Joe is going to ground out to the shortstop, and they have to go to first base, so that moves Butler. Butler is really fast. You see he's rated a 5. That's as fast as you can get. Here's Julio Franco. He's 27. I recently replayed the 2005 season, and Julio Franco was playing in that. So that's, almost 20 years later, and he was in his 40s. Still a good player then, but Franco hit .306, and that's going to be a base hit. It's going to maybe no, it's not going to score a run. And Franco is going to possibly steal second base. Dempsey is a really difficult catcher to run against, and Flanagan has above average hold rating, so, well, I guess he's not going to steal. So I don't really know why he didn't steal, but maybe I didn't read it correctly. But there's a run in on Thornton's infield hit. Now they're set up for a double play with the infielders playing at halfway. Brooke Jacoby is up, and he is going to hit into a double play. I read that one correctly. Third to second to first. And that brings up Baltimore. I thought these teams were better in 1986, but Earl Weaver is managing Baltimore. They only had 73 wins for 7th place in the AL East. Alan Wiggins, he's 28. You can see there his bunt rating is 1, which is the best, but he only had 21 stolen bases. I thought he would do better. There's a fly out to center. Ken Schramm looks like he's about the same as Flanagan, except he's right-handed. He can face about the same number of hitters. Really good infield for Cleveland, except Pat Tabler, who's a little below average. A good outfield, too. Lee Lacy is up, hits .287. There's going to be a ground out to short. And now Cal Ripken. And he played all 162 games that year. And he is out. So now we're back, we're up to the top of the second. Cleveland has a 1-run lead. Pat Tabler is up, and he's really a hitter, not a fielder. He hit 326 that year. That's going to be a strikeout. You can see these numbers up here on the 1, 2, and 3 column kind of indicate how good of a strikeout pitcher the person is, and if you have ones, you're really good. So I would have to say Flanagan is not really a great strikeout pitcher. In fact, I can look here. He threw 172 innings, and he struck out 96, so that's not so great. He allowed 179 hits in 172 innings, which is really not so great either. And you can see he was born in 1951. A little bit older than I am, but not by much. Bernazard is up, and now this is going to be, he's going to try to steal. That's what that little plus means. See, there's that plus. Bernazard, I didn't see how many, let's see if I can see. He had 17, he was had about a 50% success rate, 17 stolen bases. So I don't think he's going to make it. I think he's going to get thrown out. Okay, there we go. He's got a roll of 43 or higher, and he does, so he made it. That really proved me wrong. Mel Hall is up now. Good hitter, 296. And Cleveland, that's going to be a short fly to left, 2 down. And Andy Allenson is up, the catcher, hit 225. That's going to be a base hit, though, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like if they throw a 26 or more roll, and it is, and I think with 2 outs, Bernazard will score. He's fast enough. No, they're going to check here, so we'll see. Lacy has a good arm, but he scores, and it's possible that Allenson will move up to second on that throw to home, and he does. So Flanagan is kind of in trouble early. Brett Butler is up again. He walked. You can see down here where it says that he walked the last time up. And that is going to be, it's going to be a line out to the second baseman. Could have been a double play. And here's Eddie Murray, 30 years old, hit 305, was in 137 games, really good all-around numbers. This could be a possible infield single. The 6-sided dice has to be a 1 or a 6 or he is safe. And it's a 2, he's safe. He legged it out. Was just in there by 1 step. Now here's Fred Lynn, 34 years old. Hit 23 home runs that year. This is going to be a base hit to right. Can Murray go to third? No, he's not going to try. Mike Young is up. Maybe Baltimore has something going here, but if there are 1s on this card, those are double plays. The 35 is a double play. There are a lot of double plays here. And he's a good bunter. I could also hit and run, but these are not so, well, I don't know. Let's try a hit and run and just see what happens. There's an 18, ground ball to second, and if rolling the 6-sided dice, if it is above a 2, then the runner will be out going to second, and it's a 5, so he's out going to second. They tried to get the double play but couldn't do it. They have 1 out. John Shelby is up. He only hit 228. I thought he hit better than that, but he's a good bunter too. I'm not going to bunt, but Shelby, now that's going to be a sacrifice fly, because that little mark there means sacrifice fly. So 2 down, runner on first. Rick Dempsey up, a below average hitter, 208, great defensive player, and that is probably going to be, it's a short fly out to left field. So 2-1 now, top of the third. Joe Carter is back up before his glory days with Toronto. Flies out to the center fielder. Franco is up, and he singled last time. This is going to be a walk, I believe, yeah. And here's Andre Thornton. He, I'm sure, is a good double play candidate, so the infield is at halfway. You can see that HW. And Ripken, Murray, great infielders, an average outfield, and Gutierrez is really bad at third defensively. This will not be a double play. It's a single off the infielder's glove because they were playing in, or playing halfway. That allowed a hit to occur that wouldn't have occurred if they were playing back at their normal depth. Brooke Jacoby is up now, and that's a strikeout. 2 down now, so Flanagan may get out of this. Tabler, a really good hitter, struck out last time though. That's going to be a ground out to Ripken, and Flanagan gets out of it. Okay, Ken Schramm is on the mound again for the bottom of the third, facing Jackie Gutierrez, first at bat, and that's going to be a fly out. I think I'll change this to where I have to click it to end the play. That's what I normally do, so that these things don't go by quite so fast. Okay, here is Wiggins up now, flew out to center last time, and this will be a ground out to the third baseman. Yeah, so now I have to press enter again to get it to go to the next play. Normally I don't do that, but there may be some things I wanted to point out if you haven't seen how this game works before. Lee Lacy is up, grounded out to short. That's going to be a pop out to the shortstop. 2 down, or that's 3 down. Okay, now we are at the top of the fourth. Cleveland leading. Bottom third of their order, Tony Bernizard is up. He singled last time, and that's going to be a strikeout. So 3 strikeouts and 2 walks so far for Mike Flanagan. Here goes Mel Hall. That's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. And Andy Allenson is up. He singled last time. This is going to be a line out to third base. And you can see here, this is one of the wonderful things. You kind of see the chart here without it being cluttering up a bunch of stuff. But the 3 indicates the column, the 5 indicates the row for the hitter, and the 3 indicates the row for the pitcher. And really this game merges the pitcher and the catcher in a way that I think is better than any board game out there for baseball. But you can see also that totaled 14. If it had been a 16, it would have been a double or triple depending on the tendency for the hitter. But because Flanagan was a 2 in that case, it wasn't. Now, if he had rolled a 5, it would have been a 4. And that would have raised it up to a 16. And that would have been, so you can see the effect that good pitchers with low numbers can have on the outcome. Okay, Ripken is up, and Ripken could be a single. This ballpark is a kind of a hitter's park, not necessarily a home run park, but no, great play out in right field by Joe Carter, who is a really good outfielder. Okay, now Eddie Murray is up. That's going to be also, it's a, I'm sure it's going to be a fly out, yeah, to the right fielder again. Now, Fred Lynn. Fred Lynn got a base hit last time. That could be, I thought it could be a long ball, but it's not, but better than an out. Here's Mike Young. Mike Young, that's going to be a ground out, or strikeout. So it's a 2-1 game. Top of the 5th, Flanagan, as you can see in that green circle, can face 8 more hitters. Brett Butler is up. He is 0 for 1, and he walked. That's going to be a pop-out, yeah, to the second baseman. Then Joe Carter, very dangerous. That's going to be a fly out to center. And here is Julio Franco. That's going to be a fly out to right field. So Flanagan is mowing him down. He just needs a little offense from his team. John Shelby is up. He had a sacrifice fly. He drove in the only run. There's a pop out to second. Dempsey is up. Flew out to the left last time. This could be, no. Bernazard is too good at second base for him to not get the runner out. Jackie Gutierrez. Pretty good pronunciation, I think. That's going to be a fly out to right field. Okay, we're going into the 6th inning now. Things have settled down for these pitchers. Flanagan can face 5 more, and you can see over here, this green 7 means that Schramm can face 7 more batters. That's going to be a ground out to Ripken. And Brooke Jacoby is up. That is going to be a base hit. Now, that it is possible because of the righty-lefty matchup at and the advantage that the righty has. There are other ways for the righty-lefty matchup to manifest itself in this game, but this is the most common, where the right-handed hitter has the advantage over the left-handed pitcher. And if it had been, you can see down here, single to left field versus a right-handed pitcher, it would have been a line out. So because it was an advantage to the hitter, Jacoby is on. Here's Pat Tabler now. Pat is not as bad as a lot of people at double plays, but I'm not I'm not managing Cleveland anyway. The great AI in this game, the best you'll ever find. So when the AI does something that I wouldn't have done, I think in the future I should probably do that. This could be a double play, and it is. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, top of the order for Baltimore. Time to get a run in. Flanagan can only face 2 more hitters, and Schramm can face 7. Wiggins has flown out and grounded out. That's going to be ground out to Franco. Here's Lee Lacy, 0 for 2. This could be a base hit. Yeah, long single to right field. He may be able to stretch that into a double. And here you have the choice of holding it first. We're going to send him to second, and then when you do that, you roll these 2 dice. If the red die is a 1 through 4, he's going to be safe. It's a 5 or 6. It will depend on what but it's a 3. The red die is a 3, so he's safe. Okay, so we have runner on second now, and I could change this. This means normal base running. This means go for it. And there's also a safe if you're behind in the 9th inning or something like that. I think I'll change it to go for it. And Ripken is up. That's going to be a base hit. Now you could maybe see what happens if it. No, he's just going to stay at third. Okay. Now we have to hope that Eddie Murray doesn't hit into a double play, but he's not going to bunt. He's a terrible bunter. You can see there his bunt rating is 5. So let's roll the dice, and that's going to be a sacrifice fly, deep fly all the way out to the wall, and he drives in the tying run. That's what he does. He drives in runs. He drove in, well, he only was in 137 games, drove in 84. Fred Lynn is up. Maybe Fred will put it out of here, and that's going to be a walk, 2 balls with a runner on first with 2 out. They count that as 2 balls, so that's going to be a fly out to center. Okay, we are tied up 2-2, top of the 7th. Flanagan, this could be his last inning, faces the lower third of the order for Cleveland. That's going to be a base hit. Bernazard is on for the 2nd time. Now, Mel Hall is up. Mel, it looks like he can kind of stay out of the double play above average, but we'll see what the AI does. He's rated a 5 as a bunter, so I don't think they're going to bunt him over. Ooh, that's a pop out to the second baseman. 1 down. Now we've got Andy Allenson, who's really a lousy hitter. I guess he could hit into double plays more frequently. Maybe they'll bunt. I don't know if they'll bunt. Bunting, I don't think was all that popular in 1986, but that could be a double play. We'll see. Oh, it's just a force ground out at second. So now, runner on first, and you can see Flanagan's numbers turn to orange, and this means that he can face 5 more hitters now, and then he will be completely fatigued. But if anybody gets on or gets a hit or anything, he'll go fatigued. So he's really down. He's almost out of gas. Butler is up. Butler is 0 for 2, and that's going to be a fly out to right field. So now you'll see when Flanagan comes back. Oh, he's still a 4. I thought he would have been a red B, which means that he goes down to his B ratings, which means he's fatigued and not nearly as effective. Mike Young is up, bottom of the 7th. Mike is 0 for 2, and he grounds out to the first baseman. Now John Shelby is up, and I'm managing Baltimore, so I guess I better pay attention. I don't ever really hardly bunt for a base hit, but you can bunt for a base hit if you want. Maybe I'll try that because the first baseman is not so good, neither is the pitcher. So I click on that, and now they're not in, so maybe this could be a good play. Bunt for a hit. Oh, but if it goes to the pitcher, they're always considered in. Same with the catcher. This doesn't look like very good possibilities. No, he's out at first. Okay, that's why I don't ever do that. Now, Schramm, he can get a boost here, unlike Flanagan. And I would say most starters, I don't know what the deal is with Flanagan, but any pitcher that has this square, it can be light gray, it can be medium gray, or it can be dark gray, and that will indicate how likely you are to get what they call a batter-faced boost checked. And this, I don't know if there's this 4, I don't know if it's this 4 or the shade. It's all explained, but really the computer handles it all. You're not playing the board games, so you don't have to worry about it. But anyway, his complete game rating is a 4, so when the computer rolled a 6-sided die, it had to be a 5 or a 6. It was a 6, and that means he gets to face 3 more hitters. And that's all adjusted by the era you're in. I'm currently doing 1948 replay, and if you get this batter-faced boost check, then you get to face 10 more hitters. But there were probably about 75% complete games back in 1948, unlike in 1986. Okay, you can see he's got 3 more hitters he can face. 2 down, Dempsey's up. That's going to be a short fly to center. Now Flanagan he can get through the inning if he gets everybody out, but if anybody gets out with a walk or an error or a hit, then he will be going to his B ratings up here, and these are all terrible. So you want to for the most part get a pitcher out when they're on their B ratings. That's going to be a fly out to right, so he may get through the 8th inning. Franco, and you can kind of look up here too to see. Now's when you kind of have to worry about home runs. Well, a 3 would be an average home run number, and you can see he's below average home run, and he's really average for walking hitters. So that's not such a bad card. Franco is up. Franco, and that's going to be a ground out. 2 down. Andre Thornton is up. He's 36. He's kind of getting up there. That's going to possibly be a ground out. Yeah, Ripken gets him out. Sometimes there can be, he can maybe just barely get safe, but there was no question about it with Cal Ripken. Okay, now you can see that Flanagan has a 1, and I think that if he goes to 1, he definitely will only be able to face 1 hitter, so I have to kind of think about that. Although with the designated hitter, there's not nearly as much strategy to worry about. Okay, Gutierrez is up, and he only hit 186. Let's see, maybe he's the 3rd baseman, not a good 3rd baseman. So Juan Beniquez is, he can play 3rd. I guess he is not a good 3rd baseman either. Sheets is not he doesn't make as many errors at 3rd. And Juan Bonilla is really bad at 3rd base too. But anyway, I could have Beniquez pinch hit 300. Could have Larry Sheets pinch hit. I think I'll have Larry Sheets because it's going to be the lefty-righty matchup, so we're going to have Larry Sheets come in. And Larry Sheets, oh, he strikes out. He went for the fences. If this would have been a 6 rather than a 5, that's most likely a home run number. But he went for had a home run swing, and he struck out. Okay, so now we're at the top of the lineup. Wiggins is up. I'm not going to have him try to. I think I had to try to bump. Maybe I guess it was Shelby I did, but there's going to be a hit because of that righty-lefty matchup. And when you're a switch hitter, which means both, you're always going to get the advantage. So now we've got Wiggins on first, really fast. We're going for it. Lacy is up, 1 out. Lacy could hit into a double play, but I think we're just going to have to let him swing away. He's above average bunter. Oh, there's going to be a long single to left. Wiggins could score. So Lacy has the option to go for a double. And I think we will, because I don't want it to end here and then have Ripken hit into a double play. So now if it's a 1 through 4 on the red die, he's safe. Okay, so now we have runners second and third, and they're going to bring in a different. And it's too bad you can't hear the sound because there's a lot of vocal, like announcing, like the manager, and it's all really great. I've played 10,000 games, and I never get tired of the play-by-play stuff or the sound effects. Ernie Camacho is in, and he's who they usually bring in the 9th. So he doesn't give up home runs, but that's not really the issue. The issue is the base hit, and he's kind of average at that. So Ripken is up. Big tension here now. Both teams, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Ripken at the plate. Ripken is 1 for 3. He singled last time. There can't be a double play. So, and they're all playing in. So we'll see what happens when all the infielders are playing in. That is going to be a walk. Ooh, he walked him. This brings up Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray, now that changes a lot of things. He can hit into a double play now. He, it's kind of likely to hit into a double play, but he's got the righty-lefty matchup. They're still playing in, though. They're not going for the double play. So that is kind of a relief in terms of worrying about just fizzling out of the inning. So Murray is up. He has singled, and he also, the last time up, hit a sacrifice fly to right that scored the tying run. Here comes Murray. Oh, and he hit the ground ball to third base. It would have been a double play if they were playing halfway, but Jacoby was playing in. He grabbed the ball and threw it home and got the force at home, so no run scores. Okay, here's Fred Lynn. He's got the advantage too. He's a lefty. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Lynn is definitely a double play candidate, although there are 2 outs. But so everybody's going to be running. There's a base hit to center field. 1 runs in, 2 runs in. Fred Lynn, 34-year-old Fred Lynn, previously of Boston Red Sox fame, has put the home team up on opening day by 2 runs. Camacho having problems. Mike Young, that's going to be a ground out to the first baseman unassisted. Now we have to bring in a third baseman when Larry. So the Sheets is really, you can see here, they're all the worst. The worst rating is 5, but they're all below average. But the higher the number, the more likely you are to not make an error. And the lowest number you can be is 11, so they're bad. The highest number is 66, so he's not going to make an error, so we're going to put him at third. Now Flanagan, year, 1986, Baltimore on opening day had as their closer Don Ossie. Always felt a little uncomfortable saying his name, although I don't have to say his name really, except when I do something like this. But he had 34 saves. You can look at his card. It's a good card. So I think we'll let Flanagan stay in, and we'll see. You can kind of see what happens when he's got one batter faced with the orange circle. That's going to be a walk. Okay, he's going to be out of it. So he's at his B rating. So we're going to bring in Ossie. And it's a righty-righty matchup. Are there any other defensive adjustments we want to make? Can't do anything. Anybody? Now we do have Mike Young is. We really have the best defensive team out there. So here's Tabler. Nobody out. Runner on first. Infield playing halfway except for the third baseman. He's playing in. Now the computer does that automatically. I can override that, and sometimes I do override it. But I think I will override it because it doesn't matter. I don't think he's going to try to bunt somebody over when they're down by 2, but we'll see. Maybe I messed things up. A strikeout. He was not bunting. Okay, now Bernazard. So they're kind of getting down into the bottom third of their order. We may see some pinch hitters. I don't think for Bernazard. Don Ossie is on the mound, and you can see short relief can face 5 hitters. Now, I guess he could face 6 when he came in. So here's Bernazard. That could be a double play. Hit to the third baseman. Ground out, forced to the second. Now you can see how this works. Now it's possible to have a double play depending on the rating of the second baseman. So you roll this one, and this is a direct port of the game, so everything you're seeing here, I mean, you could do this with dice if you wanted to, and this is what you would do if you played the board game. So you would roll a 6-sided die, and if it's 3, 4, 5, or 6, it's just a fielder's choice. 1 or 2, it's a double play. Wiggins is not exactly great as a pivot, in the pivot there for the double play, but if it's a 1 or a 2, the game is over. It's a 4, it's not over. Okay, so 2 runs down, 2 outs. Mel Hall is up. Mel, he is now, if the 6 column is your power column, and if he rolled a 6 down here, because it's a he would get the advantage of the 11, which is almost a sure home run anywhere. If there was a left-handed hitter, it would be a deep fly out. Now, Ossie, I do have a left-handed pitcher, Tippy Martinez, who's, was always a good reliever. I guess he's 36-year-old now. He's 36 years old. He doesn't let in home runs. We can see he walks people. All this 5 column is your control column. If you walk batters, he's got the highest number you can have anywhere. So we're not going to bring him in, I don't think. Okay, Mel Hall. If he gets something in his 6 column, he could hit it out of here. No, that is going to be a fly out to left field. And it's the end of the game. And most valuable player, Fred Lynn, of course. Ossie got the save, Schramm got the loss. Flanagan, you can see here, detailed box score. And if this was a series going on, which it will be, so now it says Baltimore leads the series 1-0. You can look at the play-by-play, all this great stuff. So it's the best game you can get for baseball, sports simulation. So I hope you enjoyed looking at the opening day of 1986 with PC Replay Baseball. This is Lefty Down. Please, I'm trying to get my 100th subscriber. I have 99, so please subscribe and get me up to the 100 mark. I'd be forever in your debt. Thank you.